There's the moon. Hi, everybody. Today's March 14th, 2022, and we're still in a paradigm shift. Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying the Great Awakening? Do you see that we're in a Great Awakening? Because we are. And I don't see how anybody can deny that. Look how many people have woken up to the corruption in government and big business, like big tech and pharmaceutical and allopathic medicine, and just, this whole billionaire situation and just everybody trying to get one over on everybody in business, trying to make that money, have more money than everybody else so you can buy more stuff with it. I guess whoever has the most stuff wins, they think. But, yeah, a lot of people are just waking up to all this madness. And they're like, why are we living like this? It all starts the way we're born in a hospital, brutally. Now they're doing a lot of C-sections too. And so we start with that trauma of childbirth because we don't do it correctly. And then put our kids through the ringer. And then put them in the schools and let the schools put them through the ringer more and indoctrinate them more. And then we just end up with a bunch of obedient consumers and hard workers that have been indoctrinated well, that have their means to escape that existence, with their vices of choice, and just go through the motions and never really consider whether there are options or not to that kind of existence. Culture is a cult, and they're not doing it right. They're just not doing it right. So we have we're just all coming up, damaged goods, and some of us figure out how to heal our emotional bodies and do that work, and some people never figure that out, and they just have this existence and I guess go on to their next life with not a lot of evolution and consciousness in this one, which is a shame, because there's so much opportunity here to do so much. We're here to co-create, to become love, to evolve our consciousness, to use our abilities and our intention and our imagination to manifest our reality. And the powers that are in control now, they're very good at keeping everybody in fear and scarcity. And that's why we have this reality manifested. But we can change this. And more people are willing to jump out of the system, to not necessarily work those crappy jobs, 9 to 5s, and even if it's a good job, is it really a good job? Even if you're making all that money, get all that status, have all those nice things, is that really what it's about? Or is it about, caring and compassion and cooperation and consideration, helping each other, unconditional love? And just, like I've talked about before, we can manifest heaven on earth if we choose to. But, it takes some work. We have to control where our thoughts go, where our emotions go, where our energies go. And, stay as light as we can physically. And then we got it. It's there. And the more people that heal themselves and get into a regular, joyful, and blissful state, that helps even if they don't go on to help other people do it. Because it puts out the resonance, the vibration out there of love and goodness. And we all know that that's contagious. If somebody comes in and they're really off in the negative way, it brings other people down. And it goes both ways. It can work that way with positive energy too. So yeah, the more people that can heal and go out and exude this, just living in a state of joy and knowing nothing can hurt us. Nothing can hurt us. We're supposed to be having fun here. We're not supposed to be working for the man, making billionaires richer. No, we're supposed to be helping each other, learning, being creative. You know, simple. You know, living in nature, with nature. You know, and technology's great. The internet is magic. Look how many of us have connected because of the internet. It's been so benevolent. It's done so many great things. We have that, you know. We don't just have to live in our little hippie communities. We have technology. And we can really do this proper. And start taking care of our kids. And bringing back the divine feminine. And the importance of being a good, you know, a good mother and a good family. And just good communities in general, where people really do look out for each other. A lot of people say they do, but then you ask them to borrow $20 and they can't even lend you that. So it's also about follow through. You know, they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So yeah, you have to follow through on those good intentions. And you need to start with yourself and improving your immediate surroundings. You improve your immediate surroundings, and you get in that blissful, joyful state all the time, that brings up other people around you, and it goes and goes and goes. Butterfly effect. So yeah, do that. Do your emotional healing work. You can look at my playlist, my Say playlist, and find some language lessons of the heart videos. If you haven't done that kind of thing yet, done your shadow work and replaced all your negative subconscious thoughts with the proper thoughts that'll keep you going in the right direction and keep you at the right frequency, at the right voltage, so you can manifest the right life. You know, the proper, happy, blissful, joyful, giving, caring, compassionate life. It's here for us if we want it. Or we can stay in the system and work to get that new car so we can drive it to work and, you know, have that fancy place to live or whatever. So many people can minimalize so much. You know, I just know because I used to be a shopaholic myself. And I see now how little stuff we really need. You know, what do you need? You need a little bit of food. You need a few clothes to wear, some shelter, clean water, fruit trees with fresh, ripe, organic fruit growing. That's really all you need. And that's when you'll probably be the happiest if that's your situation. I know that would be the case for me. But yeah, we've got this so complicated and convoluted and artificial and distant from nature. You know, the bottom line is we got to get back to nature. We're part of nature, and nature nurtures us and takes care of us. And we need to do the same for her. Instead of trying to control nature and abuse nature. You know, we just got to stop. What we're doing now is not sustainable. All this retail is not sustainable. So I'm glad the economy is going the way it is, because that's another place where people can start reflecting. You know, they've learned about the other things I mentioned earlier. But that's another thing that people can start realizing. They don't need all this crap. Don't buy stuff you don't need, and if you do need it, buy it pre-owned. If everyone did that, the world would change in days. And yeah, there's going to be different kind of situations that we have to be dealt with the new paradigm. That's okay. We have, if we work together, humans are actually a pretty smart species. And like I mentioned before, we have our technology. There's no end. I can't even imagine what we can do because we haven't done it yet. It's just going to be that revolutionary. So, look at all the beautiful flowers. I just hope that people start getting out of the system more and more. And I guess it's kind of pushing us that way because a lot of people really don't have a choice as more and more stuff keeps happening in the world, and more automation. Again, with technology, there's going to be fewer and fewer of these menial jobs, which people shouldn't want those anyway, You just really don't need all this crap. So just consider these things and focus your intention on what you really want. And please don't have any fear. There's nothing to fear. We keep going. These bodies we're walking around in, they're temporary, but we are not temporary. Not by any means. So just enjoy this existence and get the most positive out of it, No one gets out alive, but no one dies either. So there's a paradox for you. But yeah, it's just so silly. Why spend this existence going through the motions like most people do instead of living and growing and learning to be love and evolving in consciousness, and being creative. Who doesn't want to do that? Who doesn't want to have a life of leisure? Of course, there's times when you got to help others. That's fine, But yeah, let's do this. Let's change this paradigm to what we really want. And quit that job at Walmart. Walmart sucks. Alright, thanks for listening. Ciao, ciao.